Are you single and ready to mingle? Well then, join our singles party. So, let's start with question number 1, and we'll begin at the very beginning. Adam, how old are you and what do you do for a living?
I'm 35. I work on base. I'm a software engineer, which is ironic but I mean, my name is messed up here, but I didn't have time to fix it. But yeah, I've been working on base on and off for a long time. So that's what I do.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. All right, so Lizzie, what about you? Same question.
Hi, yeah, I'm 39 and I work in healthcare compliance.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, how about you? How old are you and what do you do?
32. I work in the oil field.
Wonderful. Melody, how about you?
I am 41 and I work with insurance claims, and I'm also looking into volunteering here in Iowa and with my Republican Party as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. A passionate person. I love it. What about you, Pranav?
I am 28 years old. I work as a business development manager for a restoration firm. I'm also an architect.
Oh, wonderful. Great. And Alex, how about you?
Oh yes, my name is Alex. I'm 32, and I do renovating houses, and I do rental work also.
Wonderful. Very handy. And last but not least, Vaughn, how about you?
So yeah, I work FedEx delivery for my job, and then I work out, go to the gym, and I also Twitch stream seasonally.
Wow, very cool. I love it. Well, I guess that'll bring us into the next question, and we'll just try to go in order for ease purposes of where we began. So the second question is, what are you currently looking for? New friends, someone new to date, a long-term relationship, or maybe all of the above? So Adam, what about you?
Yeah, I'm looking for someone to date and potentially have a long-term relationship with. Uh, I own my own house and everything, so uh, I'm just looking for someone to potentially date.
How about you, Lizzie?
Yeah, so I'm looking for to date and a long-term relationship if possible.
Very sweet. Let's go into Melody. How about that?
Well, I'm definitely not looking for friendship. I'm 41. I feel like I'm too old for that. I have gotten like 2 emails from 2 different people. Seems like they're just looking for friendship or just a one night stand. I'm not looking for that. So I'm looking for dating and something that would lead to something serious as well.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And Pranav, what about you?
Uh, Pretty much the same thing. I'm looking to date someone and hopefully turn it into a long-term relationship.
Wonderful. And we have Alex next.
Oh yes, I'm looking for something serious, and I want to date also.
Wonderful. And last but not least, Vaughn.
Yeah, so I'm looking for any potentially long term, and I'm just wanting to have an adventure and learn something new for the potential.
Well, that's great. Thank you very much, guys. And now we'll go on to question number 3. That is, do you have children? And if you do, would you like more in the future? Adam, let's start with you.
So I don't have children. I would like to have children. Um, uh, and that's basically it.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Lizzie, how about you?
Yeah, I do not have children and I do not want children.
That's totally fine. Thanks for sharing. Melody, what about you?
Yes, I do have one child. I'm leaning more towards I don't want to have any more, but I'm open to changing my mind. If I meet someone here in Iowa that's serious,
everybody, my name's Krista and I'm a stylist with Park Lane Jewelry. One of the greatest things about Park Lane is they always have a deal going that it's buy two, get four, half price. Those first two items that you put in your cart can be your least expensive, and that's how you want to build it to get the best deal. Also, if you host a party with Park Lane, the average hostess makes $400 in free jewelry credit, four items for half price, plus any item up to $200 value for $35. Check us out.
I'm open to changing my mind, maybe, but for now, I'm leaning towards I don't want any more right now.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And Pranav, you're up next.
Yeah, no, I don't have any children. I do not want any children. I have a dog. I think that's more than enough responsibility at the moment.
Yes, animals can definitely be like kids. Sorry, Alex, next. What about you?
I have no children, and I plan on not having no children. I just want to have someone to be in a relationship with and have an adventurous life.
Great, thank you. And Vaughn, how about you?
I do not have any children, but I do plan to have children, and I want to have as many as possible. Because yeah, the plan is for me to give all my children to God. I surrender all my children to God.
That is wonderful. That is a great goal to have. So let's go into the next question, which is a little introspective, guys. Why do you think you're single? We'll start with Alex.
Why do
I'm
I
sorry.
think I'm
We'll start with you.
single?
I'm sorry. I went out of order. Sorry, what?
Okay. Oh, you want me to go or what?
Oh, yes, Alex, you can start. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Why I think I'm single is I've been on dates. I've tried to date and it's just I don't know, I can't find nobody compatible with me and no one to match with me, like life goal wise. So like if I can't find someone compatible with me, I just decided to stay single, so that's why I'm here. Hopefully I can find the one that's compatible with me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being here. All right.
Yeah.
So now we'll start at the top again. Adam, what about you? Why do you think you're single?
Well, hopefully there's no red flag for anybody, but I just got out of a divorce, finalized about 2.5 months ago. And I've just been taking it slow, just, Facebook dating apps. And it hasn't really gone anywhere. I got a couple friends out of it, but that's about it. Just trying to take it slow, trying to find the one. I'm not going to go into why I got divorced, but unless someone is on a date with me and for we're you know we're talking for a while, but that's basically it.
Well, hey, you know what? You gotta find the right people. It's all about connections here, and that's what we're trying to build. So thank you for sharing. What about Lizzie? We'll start with you next, and then we'll keep you all on your toes and just start going out of order and seeing what happens. Keep it interesting. So what about you, Lizzie?
Sounds good. So I was in a 19-year-long relationship and I am separated. So we're no longer together, obviously. And this is actually my first attempt at the dating scene in 19 years. So um, that's why I'm single.
Well, welcome
Thank you.
in.
It's a new vibe.
Right? Hey, enjoy it. Let's have fun, everybody, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Sam? What about you?
Uh, I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I don't go to town very often, maybe once a month to get supplies, and I don't have any social media. So the the less I can do with people, the better.
Hey, if that's what works for you, that's wonderful. And sometimes it can be a little less stressful to not have social media. So I love your new approach. Thank you. And thanks for being here. And then Melody, what about you?
Well, I want to say it's because of my age, maybe. I'm 41 and I'm looking for someone that's over 42. And most people in that age range are married. So that could be one of the reasons why I'm single. And I'm also an introvert, and I am nervous sometimes at first and a little shy. but I'm trying to get into meeting people in person and not be so shy. And the last thing, I know what I want. I'm looking for someone that's Christian or Catholic, and also someone that's more conservative leaning as well. So, yeah.
That's wonderful that you have everything laid out like that. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And Pranav, what about you? Why would you think you're single?
Well, initially, I got out of a pretty bad relationship, but I don't think that's an excuse. That was a long time ago. After that, I ended up focusing on my education and my career and on myself. So I never really had the time. And then I came here to the US and everything is different here. I don't know how to date. Big cultural shock difference. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't. I guess I need to put myself out there a lot more. I work and live in the middle of nowhere by choice. I was in New York City and I moved from there because it was way too crowded and way too many people. And now I'm in a place where there's nobody. So I guess it's just bad luck.
Wow, talk about both extremes. That's crazy, but welcome, welcome. And I'm glad that you're here to network and meet people. So nice to have you. And Vaughn, what about you?
All right, so yeah, I believe I'm still single because I've just been working, and for the past 5 years, I've just been trying to make sure I have funds in line to make sure I'm able to continue to take care of myself. Other than that, I would say that's the only real reason. On top of like Sam, I don't really be on social media too much. I barely have any kind of interest in building like a social media account for the public to see. So I'm hopefully going to be able to find somebody who's able to relate. So that's it.
Well, that's wonderful. And this is a great place to actually share your thoughts. Now, speaking of, since we have you on screen, we can start with you for question number 5, which was, who is or was your biggest celebrity crush? We could start with you, Vaughn.
All right, so as she currently is, but I'm not a fanboy. My celebrity crush is Tyla, the singer, the one who made the Water song. Because she kind of just she got some same character like facial features as me. Like she has a birthmark as well. She's very gorgeous, a very gorgeous woman.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
For sure.
Now we're going to go round the different people and keep you on your toes. How about this? So, Lizzie, who is or was your biggest celebrity crush?
God. I mean, for a younger me or an like current me?
Whatever you think you love the most.
Okay. Well, current me was always Bruce Springsteen. So I guess that was young me too. So I've been obsessed with Bruce Springsteen since I was a little kid.
Wow, great choice. Very iconic. I love it. I love it. Alrighty then. So, how about Melody?
Well, I've always had a crush on John Cena, but now I don't know, I'm not liking him very much. So now I like I don't know if anybody knows, I do like Jet Li. I have sort of a small crush on him as well.
That's awesome. Nice. Nothing wrong with changing preferences. So, Adam, what about you? Your celebrity crush?
Well, I mean, I guess, since I was into superheroes, uh, who was the woman that played Catwoman in '92? Michelle Pfeiffer. And then uh, Wonder Woman, the both Wonder Women, the one from the '70s and the one from recent times. They were both really good looking, in my opinion. I guess that would be my two. Uh, maybe yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Very cool. And it shows us a little bit of your hobbies, which is neat too. So, how about Sam? What about your celebrity crush?
Mine would be between Grace Slick and Stevie Nicks.
Ooh, wow. All right, you went straight for the icons too. All right, all right.
Oh, yeah, Grace Slick from Jefferson Airplane.
Yep, yes, exactly. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. And Pranav, what about you?
Well, it keeps changing, but off late it's been Ana de Armas. I've watched most of her movies, and I think she's a brilliant actress and she's beautiful. Besides her, Emily Armstrong, she's the new singer for Linkin Park. She's got a beautiful voice, and yeah, that's those two for now.
Wow, wonderful. Definitely. And she's a new name that's probably going to be big very soon. So, Alex, what about you for your celebrity crush?
Oh yes, my two celebrity crushes of all time, since I can remember, had us to be Mariah Carey and Paris Hilton all the way.
Love it, love it. Very fun. Okay, so this thinking in the same sort of mentality. Who do you admire most? Immersed. I'm sorry. Who do you admire most? And we'll start with you since you're right up on the screen, Alex.
Like, what do you mean admire most? Like as like a celebrity or what?
Anyone, whether it's family, a spiritual figure.
Oh, okay, probably my mom. I admire my mom the most because she's always been there for me, the good and the bad times. So, yeah, that's just, yep, that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So, Melody, what about you? Who do you admire most?
Well, I wish I could say my parents, but my childhood wasn't great, so I'm actually doing more now, and I'm creating groups for adult survivors like me who may have had an abusive parent. So I would say I admire those survivors that had abusive parents and that came out okay.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're glad that you're here and thank you for being strong and being a wonderful voice of support. Now, let's go to Lizzie. What about you?
Hmm. This is a hard one for me because I don't want to split. I'm going to say my parents as a duo because they are still together, and uh, yeah, they've been beyond supportive since the separation. So uh, I own them everything. So I'll say my parents.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And Adam, how about you? Who do you admire most?
Um, I would say my parents, and you know, they've helped me throughout all this, and it's about all I can say.
That's wonderful. I'm glad that everybody has someone to admire in their life. That's amazing. Speaking of, we can go to Sam next. What about you?
Oh, I'd probably have to go with my dad. He had a really rough childhood, pretty bad, and he raised six kids under very poor conditions, and every single one of us own our own business. So, and that's all thanks to the work ethic that he put into us and the love and support he gave us.
That is wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And Pranav, how about you?
Well, on one side, my parents, they have sacrificed a lot to bring myself and my brother up. On the other side, my brother, he is the kind of person I aspire to be. He is very supportive of the family, very supportive of me, and he is also my best friend. So yeah. So yeah, my brother mostly.
Wow, that's wonderful. Strong family. And
Yeah.
of course, aw, thank you. So, Vaughn, what about you?
All right, so it was this artist by the name of David Goggins. He's not only an artist, he's an ultra marathon runner. very good at, staying in shape and training the mental as far as exercise is concerned. He went from being an overweight kid who suffered from in this one of his books he talked about it. He ended up being an overweight kid who suffered childhood abuse from his father, to then later becoming a Navy SEAL, ex Navy SEAL now, and now he's like one of the best ultra marathon runners. And I read both of his books, completely inspirational, changed my life and whole perspective on self improvement. By far, one of the best self improvement series I've ever read, and I recommend it. It's called Never Finish. Was the last one, and then the first one was Can't Hurt Me. Very hard to read at first, but then after a while, it's just like, okay, I get what his point is. So David Goggins for sure would have to be who I admire the most, for sure.
Wow, that is a lot of dedication for a guy. I see why you admire him for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for question number 7, what would be your idea of a good date? Let's start with Lizzie.
So I live in California and I have a dog as well. So it'd be like a walk on the beach with my dog. And then like a meal after lunch or dinner.
Sounds beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Very fun. So, what about Melody?
Well, I like video games, so I guess somewhere we can go play some games. And I am old fashioned, so the dinner and movie is fine with me as well. And also mini golfing is fun.
Sam, what about you?
I guess I haven't put much thought into it, but I don't know. I'm more of an outdoorsy person. I'm not big on elaborate dates, anything like that. Like going out hunting, fishing, trapping, or I don't know, just anything where you're just kind of spending time together out in the outdoors, kind of taking in the world, being away from the noise and the corruption.
Makes sense. Nature is gorgeous and very, very beautiful. Just fun to be in. So, let's go now to Adam.
I like Melody's thing of like video games and stuff. That would be a fun date.
Idea, that's fun. And now we have Alex. Let's go to you for what's your idea of a great date?
I love to go bowling and to play pool because usually it's like a more talkative, interactive date. And that's what I try to get out of a date because it gets you to know someone quicker when you interact like each other with like that. And that's pretty much it for me.
That's wonderful. I can see exactly why you would think that. I love it. And
Yeah.
Vaughn, how about you?
I would say a good date would be, just taking walks anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be a park. So like the mall, and then after the walk, we can probably go to like arcade and just shoot some pool perhaps. And then after that, probably later play like board games of some sort. And yeah, I play video games. Like I Twitch stream video games, but that could work too. But yeah, it could be just amongst other things. Yeah, pretty much anything that we could relate to doing. So yeah, sounds good.
I love that you pulled out the OG board games. That's wonderful. You still have some extra points.
For sure, for sure.
And last but not least, for question 7 about what would be our idea of a good date, Pranav, how about you?
Well, I've recently gotten into hiking ever since I moved to Colorado. So a good hike, maybe go to the bookstore. I like to read and write, so somebody who appreciates the value of books. So I would like to go to a bookstore, which there is a pretty good bookstore here that has a coffee shop. So if I find something like that and somebody who wants to come along with, that would be great. start small because it makes no sense going all in on your first date. The first interaction is to get to know if that person's gonna match with you. So yeah, go to a bookstore, see what reaction they have. Because if it's somebody who doesn't like to read books, that's not the kind of person for me. So
That is a great idea that you said that. And I do love the idea of starting with something that you already enjoy. So that way you get an automatic baseline of what they're like, which is what you just said. I love that idea. And now, since we have you on the screen right now, Pranav, let's just go to this wonderful, random, fantastical question. What would you do if you were given $1,000 right now?
pay my student loans. Yeah, for this month. Yeah, I owe $1,000 to College Avenue. That's probably where it'll go. 'Cause then I can afford to do other things besides pay rent and subscriptions.
Understandable, understandable. All right. So, how about you, Sam? If you got $1,000 right now, what would you do?
Well, I'm still waiting on parts for a vehicle that I've been repairing for the last 6 years. So if I could speed that process up with $1,000 on and not have to wait for those parts, I'd probably use it for that.
Makes sense. Good answer. All right. So, Adam, what about you?
Well, what I would do is probably just put it in Vanguard and make the money grow. That's what I would do.
Proactive thinking. I see what you're doing there. I see. All right. So, Lizzie.
All right. So if it was $1,000, I'd invest half and save half. How about that?
Love it. We've got a lot of people that are really putting it to good use. All right. So, Alex, how about you?
I heard Vaughn talking about Twitch. I also stream on Twitch too in gaming, so I would invest all that money into a good streaming platform room and try to get more views and all that on gaming. And that's what I would do with the money.
Hey, and in that way, since you're streaming it, you're also entertaining other people at the same time as yourself. Very nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Vaughn, perfect segue. How about you?
All right, so as long as I'm not, drowning in debt, what I would do with $1,000 is I would go ahead and take, invest some in whether it be online schooling in relation to marketing or being able to turn that money into more money as it relates to all of that stuff. So I would just reinvest it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, very nice.
Mhm.
I see we have a lot of very frugal minds here, and that's wonderful. So that's a good tie into our next question, number 9. What are 3 of your best qualities? Whatever you think they may be, just pull them out from whatever you think fits you best. We can start with you since you're on the screen, Vaughn.
All right, so what was the question again? I'm sorry, can you repeat the
Oh,
question?
it's okay. Describe your 3 best qualities.
I would say my 3 best qualities is 1, I'm honest. And 2 is I adore God. So I'm a Christian and I will always be one, a believer in God. And then lastly is I have a lot of energy, whether that's physical or mental, or emotional, the whole 9 yards. So
Wonderful, wonderful.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. All righty. Now let's go back on up the list. Alex, let's spotlight you again.
What's the question again? Sorry.
It's okay. Describe 3 of your best qualities.
My 3 best qualities, I can actually draw really good. I do that in my free time. And video gaming, and I also watch a lot of scary horror movies, and I do a lot of movie reviews on my TikTok and all that also.
Very cool. Lots of hobbies. I love that.
You know,
Thank you. And Pranav, how about you? Some of your 3 best qualities.
Well, I am stupidly loyal to a fault. And although it has burnt me a lot of times, I think I still remain that way, which is surprising to me sometimes. Two, I'm a great cook. I can whip up pretty much anything with anything. I when I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef, so I did a lot of training for that. Life went another way, but I still have the skill. And I'm a brilliant writer. I've been writing since I was in primary school, and I'm working on publishing a fantasy series. So yeah, and that's my big ticket idea. It's my $1 billion idea. I want to turn it into a franchisee. So yeah, writing, cooking, and loyalty.
Wow, that is very exciting. Very cool. And I'd love to hear more about your writing project at some point. That sounds great. Thank you for sharing that. Melody, what about you?
Well, I'm gonna start because I think I was skipped for the last question. So what I would do with $1,000 is I would probably put it towards student loans, so I can pay them off faster, so I can buy my first rental property. And my three best qualities would be that I'm loyal, to a fault, also, whether it be romantic relationships or friendships. And I'm also a big believer in God as well. I'm a great listener, and I'm very resilient as well.
That's wonderful. And again, I'm very sorry. I accidentally skipped you. You're correct, but you get double the spotlight for that. I absolutely love it. And I'll start with you for the next question once we get through the rest. Thank you for sharing, hon. So, Sam, how about you for three of your best qualities?
Like I said earlier about when I had talked about my dad, I guess I'd be my work drive. Once I get my mind set on something, like there's no fork in the road. I just keep driving until I reach that point. Uh, That'd be the one. Two, I don't know. I guess it didn't. I've had time to think about this answer too, and I'm drawing a blank here. Uh, I guess I've run into the same issue that the other people were talking about, that I'm loyal. Like I give my heart to people that I probably shouldn't, and so, like, to me that's more of a fault than it is a high point for me. But I mean, it can be taken two ways depending on whoever's looking at it. And three, I guess, I'm a very generous person. Um, there's been several times that I've been, out and about or whatever. I mean, a couple months ago, I took my daughters to the movie theater, and there was a lady in front of us who couldn't pay for all the tickets and everything for her family, and I threw money on the ground and told her that it dropped out of her pocket. So I think that would be one of my good traits.
Oh, I
That's
love that. That is so sweet. Thank you for that insight. And I'm sure she's grateful too. And so let's go to Lizzie next.
Yeah, so I think my three are loyal, trustworthy, and honest.
Wonderful. Great things to have. Very succinct too. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Adam, what about you?
I've been thinking about this for a while. So I'm resilient. I mean, I've gone through a lot of stuff. Thyroid cancer. I'm over it now. Divorce, job after job in Atlanta. That's why I went to Warner Robins for a more stable job. I would say I'm loyal and loyal slash very honest. And then the third quality would be frugal. I would say that I understand how to manage money out of student loan debt. All I have is my mortgage and my cars, uh, car loan. Anytime that someone overcharges me for like insurance or whatever, I'm able to figure out, okay, this is not what I needed. This is too much. And call the insurance agency and tell them, hey, this is too much. And then I call this person. I'm able to figure out like, okay, my insurance bill is too high. I'm able to get it lower, stuff like that. But and so I would say those are my three or so qualities, you know.
Wonderful. Definitely. Yeah. And I'm glad that you had a strong will and you're feeling better now. That's wonderful. But great answers. Thank you. Now I know since we didn't I accidentally skipped Melody earlier. Let's start with you, Melody, for what are you most passionate about?
I do have a son that has autism and other disabilities. So now I want to say I'm passionate about adults with disabilities because I don't see very much available for them. And also, like I stated before, any adult children that are survivors or any adult children that have had abusive parents and they came out survivors. So I'm passionate about speaking up about those two things as well. And thirdly and last, I'm not afraid of being more conservative. So I'm passionate about that as well. And I do speak up about that a lot as well. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks for speaking up and thanks for sharing. So, Pranav, what about you?
I would say writing and filmmaking. I have always been writing, and I do want to turn it into something bigger, so that even after I am gone, it will still be there. So yeah, writing is something I'm very passionate about.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Sam, how about you?
Mainly I guess the biggest target for me has, and that's been for a while now, has been the future for my kids. I don't necessarily want to give them a handout, but so like I work full time in the oil field, but I got a business on the side that I run that um it matches, and sometimes it's a little bit over my income from the oil field, but I live off of the oil field, and all of the side money I put into funds that they're not allowed to touch until they're 30. So I guess I'm most passionate about their future.
Setting them up for success. I see that. Yep. Wonderful. So let's go to Lizzie.
Yeah, so I love to read. I have a book with me at all times. So that's definitely a passion of mine. I also love to travel. So any traveling, exploring new places, I'd love to do that. Those are definitely two of my passions.
Lovely. Yeah, you can learn a lot from traveling. It's educational in itself. I love it.
Yes.
So Adam, how about you? Your passion?
Did you say me?
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I travel a lot. I like to travel. I guess I like TV shows like From and the Penguin. I'm a big Batman fan. So anything that has to do with Batman, I'll watch, you know. Um, I don't know. I mean, I like video games, I guess, and hiking, stuff like that. I'm not really an outdoorsy kind of guy, you know, but I like to hike sometimes and I like to go around places and travel. Universal Studios, and it was just there. And I'm a big roller coaster fan, even at 35, which some people consider childish, but what are you gonna do? You know?
No, that sounds fun. Roller coasters, you're never too old for it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. So let's go to Vaughn next.
All right. So yeah, my passion is I would have to say goal setting. Because I play sports and I play like football, and it's kind of like in football where it's like you go to practice so that way the game, you know what you're doing, you could be better so that way you go hard at practice so that way the game can be a walk in the park, a breeze. And that's how I look at goal setting. It's like I'm going to set those small goals so that way the big goals are easy walking apart. It's like a must happen for me. So it would have to be goal setting is my passion for sure.
But thank you for sharing that. I love that very much. Okay. So Alex, what about you? Your passion?
Uh, my number one thing I'm passionate about is, to be honest, is just life, man. Life is just amazing every day, dude. Every day, just waking up and doing what you do and having fun with what you do, man, is just a blessing to me. And that's what I'm most passionate about. Just life and living with everybody, your family and friends. And that's all I need, man. That's pretty much it for me.
I love it. Life is an adventure, and I think that's the perfect view to have. We need to view it as a fun adventure so we can turn each corner with a smile. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So this next question is the final question, and it deals with how you can be contacted. So please feel free to give your social media information or your email, whatever you're most comfortable with. But if you'd like to avoid giving phone calls, just, for certain purposes, feel free to avoid that, whatever you're most comfortable with, though. How could you be contacted?
Uh, Anybody can contact me on Facebook. I can give you my first and last name if anybody would like, so I can spell it out now if y'all want me to.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Feel free to spell it out. That's very
Okay.
helpful.
It's Alex, and then my last name is Kinman. Alex Kim. And that's how y'all can get a hold of me because I'm always on Facebook. So that's pretty much it for me.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing, and it's lovely talking to you.
Yeah, you
So,
too.
oh, thank you. Have a wonderful night, dear. And
Yeah.
Pranav, oh, sorry. Pranav, how about you? How can you be contacted?
Instagram is what I would prefer, and my Instagram handle is on my name for Zoom. It's primefrost_96, PRIMEFROST_96.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for being here as well.
Of course, thank you for hosting this.
No problem. And Vaughn, how about you?
All right, so yeah, you can contact me on Instagram, and I go by it's called Von Mel King T, lowercase t, and that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you as well. It was lovely meeting you too. Now, Melody, how about you?
The best way is my email, and that's wjoy97@yahoo.com. So it's wjoy97@yahoo.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Sam, how can you be contacted?
Well, 90% of emails that get sent to me get missed because I never check my email and I get hounded at that for work. So is it okay if I just spill my number out?
If you feel comfortable with that, that's fine.
All right, I'll just do it that way. That'd be the easiest because other than that, I have no other garbage and I don't check my email. 701-471-9349. That'd be my number.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate that. And Lizzie, how about you?
Yeah, so email would be the best for me. I do not have social media accounts given the work I do. So ElizabethRuthWest@gmail.com. ELIZABETHRUEST@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And it's lovely meeting you as well.
Thank you.
Now, last but not least, we've got Adam.
You can just call me. I already have a lot of people on Facebook that I don't really contact. So just call me 404-547-4406. The number again is 404-547-4406.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to our channel to join our next singles party.